when we talk one-on-one, face-to-face, not virtually, but physically, our energies merge. And many people who don't meet, who don't know, even if you're in the supermarket, you pass by someone, your energies are constantly merging. So we're all part of one big growing. So it joins a bit what you said about it's not my life, or it's everybody's doing, because again, I saw something that the Earth is so small in the universe, and we are just a speck of dust on the Earth, and then we're like, it comes to we, and I'm not driven by me or whatsoever. I'm just trying to remain open and learn new things about myself, which some things are harder to learn. But the confinement is a big eye opener in terms of what you really thought you were doing or what you thought about yourself. I'll go back to what you said earlier, is accepting what it really is. And I think this is the hardest part that I'm finding right now, is really accepting to what is the situation in terms of what needs to be done, what is being done, and okay, but it's not being done, but it's the reality, it's not being done. But with time, I think the more you think about it, yes, probably a cause of stress, but I'm hoping it will cause a trigger in my head that, you know what, enough is enough. It's time to start doing something about it. But then I have people around me telling me, you know what, you're just letting time go. This time you'll never get. People around you doing other things, and you're not a university student anymore. Well, that was 15 years ago. Come on. But so yeah, then it hits you. Then I ask myself, is it fair for me to think along those lines? Do you think along those lines? Do you compare yourself to others? Do you set yourself a target like, yeah, at 35 I should have done this, 40 I should have done that? Again, it comes back to the motivation part that we're speaking.
And it's all about priority at the end of the day. I mean, what's really important for you? My life is very, 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 very simple. I've got work, and then there are things I do, my routines. Like I need to sit and look at the wall every day. That's my routine. I need to do it. It's like brushing the teeth, you know? I sit a given time, I look at the wall, have my own ritual where I look at it for 30 minutes, and then I get up, and then I'll go and do everything else. So to me, it's part of what I do every day. So not doing it for one day doesn't even come up, because it's something I have to do. And I'm actually very strict about it, because there are moments where you don't want to actually do it. You just say, today, you know, I'm just going to sleep a bit
tomorrow.
More. Yeah. So I'm aware that it's actually like that. And this is why, you know, in Zen monasteries, actually, if you don't sit, I mean, it's called sitting, it's not called meditation. If you don't sit for one day, you don't talk to one another. So to be able to communicate with people, you have to sit your meditation. Then you're allowed to do other activities. So that's how important it is.
Do you feel that there are some days you don't feel like doing it, but you still do it?
Yeah.
You remind me of Sarah. Successful people also don't like doing things that unsuccessful people do not like to do. But the difference is they find a way around of how to do it. I mean, there are many things that we all do not like to do, but successful people find a way of going around. Going around is not being cheeky or being what's the word I'm looking for? To con or anything. It's just being intelligent, finding a way of doing it. And it's not a matter of cheating or anything. It's just being wise about it. And wow, this goes very deep.
And this is what we call equanimity. You know, for example, for me, I don't always enjoy, I don't always enjoy, for example, meeting people. I mean, I enjoy talking to people, but I don't always enjoy it. But sometimes, you know, for example, at work, you have to be in meetings, you don't enjoy being there. So you don't constantly tell yourself, oh, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. You take it as it comes, and it's equanimity, you know? And it's something you practice with everything. Let's say you're invited somewhere and you're being served food. It's not especially food you like. You still take it as if it's the best food ever. You treat it with equanimity. And the same thing applies to everything that happens to your life. One day you're sick. You don't keep telling yourself, oh, why am I sick? I won't be able to do this and that. You accept it. And the moment you drop that resistance, that's the moment where you can actually deal with the problems, I mean, happening to you.
This is a bit what you do when you stare at the wall.
We look at the wall so that
I'm thinking when you stare at the wall for 45 minutes, it's probably exactly what you did, is accepting what it is. So I think we're coming around to the same conclusion. If we feel that, I'll try a conclusion, but please correct me. So basically, what happens is if I find myself stuck, let's just take an example. So first things first is to accept that I'm stuck.
Yes.
So that's the first step. That's probably the hardest step.
Be brave. Be brave. If you messed up, you say you messed up. Like, for example, I mean, even for me, sometimes, let's say in relationships, I messed up. So I tell myself, Geerish, you suck. You did that, you know? You accept it fully, and then you move on. That's the hardest part, because you don't want to tell that to yourself. But you have to tell that to yourself.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's the second part of it. First is accepting it, but deeply accepting is telling it to yourself and not telling it to others. Because if you just keep on telling it to others, it's just words in the air. It has to become like an affirmation to yourself. That's very interesting. I realized something else is even accepting it is not just say accepting it. Truly believe genuinely that, okay, yes, this is what it is. Okay, so I'll probably get the whip out.
Yeah, and you know, just to end today's conversation, I'll tell you two things I do. Usually, let's say you've set a target, all right? Whatever the target is, you can motivate yourself in two ways. The first way you can motivate yourself is you think about how you feel once you've achieved that target.
Too easy, man.
So you just think how you would feel after you've achieved that target, and all these good feelings will actually make you want to do the things you have to do. And the next one, which I really enjoy, is,
I don't think the first one works for me, so let's try number two.
Number two is actually feeling how you would feel if you actually don't do what you want to do.
That's the thing. Even number two, if I feel how I feel when I did not do it, I'm okay with that. It happened. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You know, you can't. I tell myself you can't. It's impossible to complete everything you start.
True.
Some failures are bound to happen. And yeah, you can keep trying 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I'm not saying give up, but then when I think that, okay, how I think I'll be then I think maybe there's a problem with me. I'm like, you know what? I can't finish it. I'll think how I'll feel if I do not complete it. And I'm like,
Mm.
It's okay, life goes on. So that's also
Sure.
a problem, I think.
It,
Because then if
it
it starts
depends
becoming a little
how.
bit more passive in how many spheres of your life.
Yeah, you're the best at really judging it. In that case, for example, are you really developing an attitude where it actually doesn't matter whether you're doing it well or you're not doing it well? Is it what's happening, or you really need time because you don't need to be perfect the whole time? So it's once again the middle way.
Yeah.
We can't fall in any extremes. You need to find that balance because, like I said, sometimes not doing anything is good. But if you do it the whole time, then it's not good.
Yeah,
And
that's
even
the thing. It
meditation,
easily
if you do
becomes
it
a
the whole
habit.
time, it's not good.
Mm-mm. True.
Yeah.
True.
Nothing,
Because then,
done in extreme is good. Nothing. If okay, let's take an activity like gardening, right? People love gardening, being in nature and all that. If you do that every day for 3/4 of your day, is it a good thing?
you probably strain your body, you'll age.
Mm.
Well, you probably not be
Nothing
doing.
done in
I mean,
extreme
I'm
is
not
not good.
judging. No. Yeah.
Mm.
No. Okay, I
Too
get
much
what you mean.
oxygen for your body also is not good.
Too little also is not good.
Too little also not good. Once again, middle way. I mean, we're designed to live the middle way, but it's us who goes into extremes.
It's like there's the high extreme and the low extreme. We have to live in between the two lines, right?
Mm.
And I think animals do that very well.
Yeah,
They don't. They if they have their food and they've got what they need, they'll just sit around and do nothing. It's like
because they
it's
don't have
exactly
that
what you do staring
intelligence,
at the
that
wall.
divisive mind. Exactly. They don't have that divisive mind where you're constantly comparing, analyzing, looking at others, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, what you have done, you should not have done. They don't have that mindset. They are living the life they have to live. So the
So we are too
intelligence we
intelligent
have,
for our own good. Exactly. Join in.
that's the thing. We don't always use it for the best. It actually becomes to our disadvantage at times.
Okay. That's very insightful. Well, Girish, thank you very much for
What would we say?
trying to fix me a bit.
Thanks. It was a good chat.
All right.
Yeah.
And well, thank you. That has been a very interesting session. Let's see how that one goes. And I hope you found it interesting, but also other people also find it interesting. And I think that what really struck me in this conversation is that it was very real. It was very raw. No layers. It's saying it as it is for what it is, and coming out and just talk about it. So I think just by doing that helps me also accept the truth a little bit better also. So anyways, thank you for that, Geerish, and all the best. Stay safe.
No problem. You too. See you very soon.
And thank you again for the invite.
No problem.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of other things to talk.
Sure. See you very soon.
Ciao, bye.
Bye. Cheers.